Welcome to this week's edition of the Friday Five. I'm Ben Rosehart, joined this week by Chase Murphy from our Concordia men's track and field team. Chase, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Ben.
Absolutely. All right, let's get right into our 5 questions. Question number 1, you compete for Concordia as a hurdler and also for in the pole vault. Interesting combination. Curious kind of just your high school like sports background and how that may have come about.
Yeah, in high school, I decided to hurdle. I had tried hurdling in middle school, and I had heard our hurdle coach was very cool and very good at what he did, and so I was like, okay, cool, like I'll go try hurdling, and ended up falling in love with it. Ran the 300 hurdles and the 110 hurdles all throughout high school, but most definitely like the 300s more. And then when I came to Concordia, I was mainly just going to do the 400 hurdles. But last year I asked Coach Bloomfield if there was an event that I could kind of, add to my resume. And we didn't have any men's pole vaulters. So he said I could try it, and have yet to compete, but I was supposed to that week of March 14th before COVID canceled anything. So hopefully I'll get to compete this year.
And with the water polo swimming background, that's pretty rare for an athlete, but that just shows kind of your versatility and that does translate, to pole vaulting.
Yeah, it was fun. I played as many sports as I could growing up, but in high school it was different to just pick 3. But yeah, I most definitely played 3 very different sports: water polo, swim, and track. But they did correlate well, like especially coming out of swim season, going into track, having my lungs like ready, like run like endurance workouts was really easy right off the bat because I was already in really good shape. But yeah, pole vault is a little crazy, but so is water polo and so is swim. So I enjoy the different things for sure.
It's awesome, to be able to contribute in different ways. And, I wanted to ask you also, you're from the state of Washington. What are some of the biggest differences between living in the Pacific Northwest, Southern California, and what are some of the things that you love the most about SoCal and also maybe wish you could bring down here? You know what I mean? Like they're some of the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I would say probably the best thing about Washington is just the 4 seasons. We have like 4 distinct seasons. Like summers, like fall in California, it's just like 70s, 80s. And then through the winter, it's pretty rainy, but we get some snow, which is nice. So I guess if I could bring anything to California, it'd be a little bit of just the diverse weather, just because it's kind of like just summertime all the time down in California. But then that's what's also nice is that it's very great to work out in all year. You're not freezing cold. Like when I go home and train during the winter, it's brutal. It can get down to like, the 20s and raining and hail, and would much rather be in California running than in Washington.
And you're a Seattle Seahawks fan, I understand, right? With the number of the sports teams up there, and that's part of their advantage, right, when they're home?
Oh, yeah. Like, when we play in the rain, we're used to it, baby. Like, soccer games growing up, football games growing up, rain or shine. I even had a Little League baseball game that got snowed out in April, which was, like, probably the craziest cancellation of a sporting event in my career.
Great point. Okay, a little off the beaten path here. Now, I noticed on your bio a number of the TV shows you're a fan of. Game of Thrones. I know it's pretty popular, obviously, over the last few years, and also Scooby-Doo, which I also one of my favorite cartoons growing up. So
it's a classic.
Yeah,
can't go wrong with it.
So why Scooby-Doo? And maybe a little bonus part 2 here on this question. Can you name the 5 main characters from Scooby-Doo?
Oh, so you got Scooby, Shaggy, of course. You got Fred, Velma, and Daphne.
There you go. Boom, there we go. And why that particular cartoon? Is that just?
I don't know. I just loved it growing up. It got added to Netflix like not too long ago and picked it back up. And I'm like, wow, this show just aged great. Like it's a show that's great as a kid, great now. Just quality TV show.
Catchy theme song and the mysteries. I always like the mysteries and the corny lines at the end. I'm a sucker for that. Yeah. So another question I have to ask you. Would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling kids, I think is one of the taglines.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's too funny. Tell us a little bit about your major, please. And if you could just wave a magic wand, what would be your dream job?
Oh, I'm a business data analytics major. It's a newer major at Concordia, but I love it so far. Taking some of my major courses this semester, mess around with Excel and looking at different data sets. One of the coolest things is that, data is everywhere. One of the coolest things that like piques my interest is, like stuff like Spotify. It's always like taking in like different information about what songs you like and predicting what songs you might also like and stuff like that. So that's like the basis of what like piqued my interest at the beginning. But if I could wave a wand right now, I'd probably want to be a data analyst for Alaska Airlines. Most of my family has been in the airline industry, and so we've been traveling my whole life, and I love to travel. So getting into the travel industry is most definitely something I'd be interested in.
That's really cool. Bringing back the Pacific Northwest there and the history.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. I didn't know that. Yeah. And my last question here on the Friday Five: what's one of your favorite memories so far here at Concordia? It could be sports related. It could be outside of practice and competition. It's kind of open ended.
It'd probably have to be Pac-West championships. I mean, I've competed a lot of times in my life, but just the energy there, like the stakes are very high, and just like the camaraderie that it like brought, like, and I got to witness some like crazy events that like from other teams, from our team, like we had Angel in our 2 mile. I had never seen a 2 mile like that. It literally came down to like hundredths of a second. Like the last 4 laps were insane. Like Angel made up crazy time. Like we had Josh Fry who did great in the decathlon. David Washington won the 110 hurdles. Like, and then we ended up placing third, which is the best our school's ever done at the Pac-West Championships, which was really freaking cool.
And you guys are continuing to build. I know that the team, men's and women's teams here at Concordia, have
Oh,
definitely grown. I think tripled in size over the last approximately 5 years, which is just
yeah,
incredible.
yeah. Especially transitioning from NAIA to NCAA D2, like our team has grown, and I like where we're heading on both sides, both men and female. Like I like what we've got going on, and I can't wait to compete.
Well, we're definitely happy that you're a part of it. And thank you so much as well for being a part of our Friday Five segment this week. You aced it, and we appreciate you. And good luck both with all your schoolwork and out on the practice field.
Thank you very much, Ben.
Take care, Chase.
See ya.